Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now, Dean Whyte, Dillian Whyte's brother, has said that Eddie Hearn has failed him in negotiations when Anthony Joshua will be fighting Tyson Fury now for Undisputed next year. Now obviously, Eddie Hearn promotes Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. He has been trying to secure Anthony Joshua an Undisputed fight for a number of years now. And he has also been trying to secure Dillian Whyte a world title opportunity for some years now as well. Now obviously, in negotiations for a Tyson Fury fight, it's obvious that Dillian Whyte wants to fight him as mandatory in February 2021. It's obvious that Anthony Joshua wants to fight him for Undisputed. So what does Eddie Hearn do? Does he go for Anthony Joshua? Does he go for Dillian Whyte? Obviously, he's going to try and do the best by both of his clients, but which fight is bigger, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury or Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte? Obviously, it's Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. So that was obviously the reason why he went for that, and he is still saying that Dillian Whyte needs his opportunity in between that, which I don't truly believe. I do believe that Eddie Hearn does want the best for Dillian Whyte because obviously he has stuck with him, much as Dillian Whyte has stuck with Eddie Hearn. There has been mutual loyalty there, but ultimately Dillian Whyte is only on a one-fight contract with Matchroom. He is not signed up for a number of years. It's a fight-by-fight rolling deal. So Dillian Whyte is not tied down by Matchroom, and I think maybe that has motivated them to get him the best fights. And Dillian Whyte has done something very clever there, because if he had stuck on Matchroom with, say, 3 or 4 fight deal, then maybe he wouldn't have had the big fights that he has gotten. So Dillian Whyte has done it more like a Mayweather way, his own way. Because if Matchroom, which they probably would have, offered him 3 or 4 fights, then it's quite tempting to take it and say, okay, I'm an unknown fighter, I'm going to take those fights, and I know I have 3 or 4 fights contracted. Whether I win or whether I lose, I still have those fights contracted, so I can still fight on a Matchroom show. Whereas Dillian Whyte made sure that he was on a rolling contract, fight by fight. That means that Matchroom are under pressure to deliver him the best fights they possibly can. And also, that means that Dillian Whyte can go wherever he wants if they fail to do that. So he has built a big following, and I mean, he sells out the O2 nearly every time he fights, and even the Manchester Arena. So Dillian Whyte has a good following, and that means he has built that, and Matchroom want to hold on to that. So they will continuously try and get him good fights. So Dillian Whyte has done something very clever there by making sure he is on a one-fight deal, rolling contract, not signed up for 3 or 4 fights with the same promoter, where they can just say, okay, you have to wait and fight this guy at the moment because we're doing this. So it was risky, but ultimately it was the right choice by Dillian Whyte. That being said, he still hasn't had his world title opportunity, something he has been waiting for an extremely long time. Will he still get his fight with Tyson Fury? Well, Maurizio Sullivan, WBC president, has said that Dillian Whyte will still get his opportunity in between that fight, in between Anthony Joshua fighting his mandatories and then going on to fight Tyson Fury, and in between Tyson Fury fighting Deontay Wilder and then Anthony Joshua. Now, do we believe Maurizio Sullivan at this stage? No, I don't believe we can. Do we believe Eddie Hearn that Dillian Whyte will get his opportunity? Well, consider this. If you make the biggest fight in world boxing, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, and you know that Dillian Whyte is mandatory in February 2021, but you have to say that you want Dillian Whyte to have that opportunity. You have to say that Dillian Whyte still deserves that opportunity, because Dillian Whyte won't just talk about it. He won't publicly slate you. He will come and see you. And Eddie Hearn knows that he needs to keep Dillian Whyte happy. Now, words are not enough at this stage. Actions speak louder than words. So will Dillian Whyte get his opportunity at the WBC world title before Tyson Fury goes in with Anthony Joshua? No, I don't think he will. I think they will try and get out of it, because I do think that it is too much of a risk. Now, there has been a deal agreed between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, financial terms. So the fight is essentially on as long as they both keep winning. So are they going to want them to have 2 fights in between that, where they potentially could lose in between that undisputed fight? Now they have come so close. No, they are not, because I don't believe they would have made this deal or even tried to get financial terms agreed if they thought there were 2 fights still to go, because a lot can change. Tyson Fury could lose to Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury could lose to Dillian Whyte. Anthony Joshua, I believe, will definitely beat Kubrat Pulev, but then he must fight Alexander Usyk. He could lose that fight. We don't know. We don't know what could happen next. So I believe it would be too risky to start talking and agreeing financial terms for an undisputed fight when there are still two dangerous fights in front of both fighters. So they must believe that Anthony Joshua has to fight Kubrat Pulev and Tyson Fury has to fight Deontay Wilder again, and then they can both go into undisputed next year. So they must believe that they are only one fight away from undisputed, because otherwise I don't see the point in making that deal. I don't see why they would even agree financial terms if there are still two risky fights in front of both fighters. So I believe that they will try and get out of it by making Tyson Fury WBC franchise champion, meaning that he does not have to fight his mandatory Dillian Whyte, who will become WBC world champion. And Anthony Joshua, I guess, somehow he will try and get out of his mandatory against Alexander Usyk. And maybe the way to do that is to chuck Alexander Usyk in with the then WBC world champion Dillian Whyte. That pacifies all parties and means that undisputed can go ahead, because I just don't believe that they would be agreeing financial terms and having these talks about dates and venues and all of that, two fight deals, if they believe that there were still two dangerous fights in front of both fighters. It doesn't seem like that would be a good idea at all, because they don't know what could happen in those two fights, judging by what has happened in the heavyweight division in the past year or 2 years. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua? What are your thoughts on Dillian Whyte and his mandatory position? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.